welcome. Hello and welcome. All right, so what we're doing here is we are going to talk about future plans. We're going to talk about future plans. There's a helicopter up there. All right, so why 2024? Well, something very special is going to happen in America in 2024. What might be that event? What's going to happen in 2024? Let's think about it for a minute. What's going to happen in 2024? In 2024, hello, welcome. That was probably a glitchy spot. There's a dead zone right in that corner, so I don't know what. In 24, there's going to be a change in America, a significant change, and that change is why we have 4 years to prepare. That's not much time. That's not much time. We have basically 2 years to prepare and 2 years to make it happen. Basically, 2 years of planning and 2 years of making. So by 2024, we really and truly, yeah, I saw that comment earlier. Yeah, it was a really long title, dude. In the year 2024, so Breath of Fresh Air was talking about setting up a situation on 20 to 300 acres, somewhere in that neighborhood, between 20 and 300. I've been talking about this for years. In fact, the first video of this channel from I think 2015, called Sanctorum Electus, that's what it's all about. It's all about setting up a sustainable community. So I want to talk about my role, because this channel is all about me. Everything about this, it's me. Look at me. Look, I'm just kidding. But I know me better than I know anybody else. So that's why I'm going to talk about just stay on the road. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. You know, there's the dotted lines and the solid line. You stay in between those two, you'll be fine. It's all good. So let me tell you about me. I have the jack of all trades thing, right? I've got lots of skills, right? I just want to say the word right as many times as I possibly can during this stream. I'm kidding. That word is a very annoying word, and when I say it, I annoy myself. Welcome, glad to see you here. Right? So, what is a skill and a passion that I have? I love food. And right, the word right, sing along bear, the word right. See, the funny thing about the word right, which you'll hear AOC use the word right all the time, right? It bodes, unfortunately, it's like, to be honest. Well, what are you saying? That you're only honest when you say you're going to be honest? So right bodes doubt, or it speaks doubt of what you're saying, basically. It's just an unfortunate, awkward word. So if you say right, it means that you don't necessarily wholeheartedly believe what you're saying. 7 people. Wow, thank you. Have a good conversation. I got sidetracked on the word right because I noticed that I was saying it and others say it. and I know that it's not proper communication. And yes, I am that picky. I'm sorry. But I care about honest, proper communication. Michelle, it might not be you. It's the nature of me driving down the road. I'm doing what I'm capable of doing for now. One day I'll have a miniature studio, but that day is not now. For now, we gotta make do as bears. Gotta make do. So, let me move on to the subject. I like fermentation. I really like fermentation. And what do I mean by that? No, I'm not just talking about beer, because I actually have no experience in making beer. I do have experience in kefir. It's pronounced kefir, actually. Actually, it's pronounced kefir, not kefir. It's kefir. Okay. K-E-F-I-R. I like kombucha. I haven't made any yet. I used to have a kefir little SCOBY. Dude, I really liked my SCOBY. I took care of him. I loved him. I nourished him with fresh milk. Good, the best milk I could find. And my SCOBY, he did so good, guys. Symbiotic colony of bacterial yeast. SCOBY. That's what SCOBY is. 8. Thank you. Welcome. So I used to have kefir is what I'm going to say. I don't care. Okay? I'm going to call it kefir. My sister's going to call it kefir. Whatever. It's all good. K-E-F-I-R. You get it. So, but what else? What else do I like to ferment? Because it's been a long time since I've done that, but I know how to do it. I do know how to do it. So, kimchi. Kimchi. K-I-M. I mean, it's obviously, it's a Korean word. I'm going to misspell it. C-H-I? K-I-M-C-H-I. It's like 2 Chinese last names put together. Kimchi. Like, hello, my name is Tom G. And hey, my name is Tom Kim. You know, something like that. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. Kim is definitely a last name. Chi, I don't know if Chi is a last name. I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever. But kimchi is something I have made a lot. That's cool, Stranded. Glad to see you here. I have made a lot of kimchi. And I use gochujang. And I use a traditional ongi. O-N-G-G-I. Ongi. I have one. It's about that big. I think it's like 4 or 5 gallons. Somewhere in that neighborhood of size. But it's handmade. It's awesome. It's awesome. But here's the thing. Kimchi is the key. I know that rhymes. Kimchi is one of the keys to one of these like sustainable community ideas. And here's why. Fermentation is what helped people survive thousands and thousands of years when they didn't have refrigeration. And furthermore, 10 people, double digits. It's been a long time since I've seen that kind of number, and it'll only grow. Thank you for being here. I hope the topic is rewarding for you, educational, valuable, and don't forget to read my description. It just went from 10 to 9, so I must have hurt someone's feelings. I'm sorry, but probably not actually sorry. But welcome. Doesn't matter. YouTube's probably lying anyway. But what does fermentation have to do with a commune? Well, again, it has to do with sustainability. And when we can grow and then ferment and then store that fermented food, that's the right word, fermented food, then we have done a good thing. Here's something else though. I don't know anything about fermented meat. That sounds scary, but if it is a thing, then it's a thing. No, Preacher Bear never sleeps. That's what I have learned. I don't think he ever sleeps. But yeah, the good bacteria, guys. It's what's up. And here's what else. Here's what else. It's a product. It's a product. Yeah, I know about salted meats. I get that. But I don't know about no fermented. But listen, we grow cabbages, we grow Napa, we grow bok choy, we grow this stuff, we ferment it, we make kimchi, and guess what? Fermented foods are on the rise, and if there was a collapse, so here's the thing, I like to make plans that work either way. This idea of us all getting together, it sounds like a pipe dream. It's been something that's brewing in it's not just me though, my wife, we're totally on board with it. We have been for a long time. But we've been brewing, pun intended, this idea for a long time. It is getting aged. It needs to be properly aged, planned for, prepared. And why 2024? Because you know what's going to happen in 2024. Now, 2020 to 2024, I am making a prediction, a speculation. That's all. Speculation that we're not going to have to worry because we're going to have the same dude. That's my speculation. The same dude is going to be doing what he's been doing. But in 2024, we will not have that guy. And when we no longer have that guy, I predict that something significant will be going down. And that's a good reason for us to have a plan, and one that is already ready to hit the ground running because it's already operational. So, anyway, 2024 commune, what is it going to take? It's going to take a lot of work. And everybody does have a skill, whether they think so or not. Everybody has a skill. And I liked what Breath of Fresh Bear was sharing, that even if singing is your skill, that's a skill. That's true. But there are other things that you can do with your hands and with your time and with your efforts that you can just learn to do. I can teach anybody how to properly process vegetables to be fermented. I can do that, and I don't need to look it up on Google. It's in here. You need to have stuff in here before, we need to always be putting stuff in here. We don't need to be like, well, we could always rely upon, you know that you can't. And I have actual physical books too. I have Korean cooking books. I have a set of encyclopedias. I recommend you to have a set of encyclopedias. I prefer the old ones. The only thing that they're going to be inaccurate on is population numbers and stuff like that. Stuff that changes drastically over. Not a big deal. Not really relevant. But atlases, maps, all that stuff, the world's not like the physical topographical maps are like the earth isn't changing that much, right? I said right. Ha! I wonder how many other times I said right without even paying attention. Oh boy, this is going to drive me insane. But yeah, commune 2024. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Not everybody's going to be on board with this. Not everybody's going to be on board. Some people are just going to stay where they're at, do the same old thing. I see a lot more people in the chat. That's great. Glad to see you here. Hopefully you're all being kind and welcoming to each other, positive. You know what Breath of Fresh Bear shared was we need to have one common, like the entrance into this thing is acceptance of Christ. Yeah, you have to have ground rules when, Nate, you have to have ground rules. You have to have ground rules. You have to have means of eviction. You have to have a process, and it's not going to be easy to put these things together. There needs to be a level of there needs a level of community. There needs to be a level of adherence to Torah, the law, that we don't have unmarried folks cohabitating and, different stuff like that. But here's another idea about this commune. Okay? Earthen homes. Here's the thing about the Christian requirement. And I mean follower of Christ, not nominal Christian, not all that. But here's the thing. It's because there are fundamental differences in your belief system. Basically, those that aren't in Christ don't necessarily get it. They're going to make different decisions, and they're not going to understand and or receive direction, authority, or any of that. And I'm not saying that I want to be the authority necessarily, and I don't think that there needs to be like one key authority besides the Word of God. But I think that some level of I don't know. It's tough. Something we're gonna have to talk about. Something we're gonna have to work on. So I've seen this number jump up to 13 and then back down to 8, but now it's at 10 again. It's all good. But welcome. Glad you're here. It's all good. But let me say it again because I kind of sidetracked. Earthen homes. Earthen. As in hobbit houses. That's the way to go. Why is that the way to go, you say? Well, low building cost, durability, they're defendable, they're resistant to almost all forms of trouble. I have no idea what you just said there, Nate. So, he was talking about the Faraday cage, and no, Stranded 360, the way that an earthen home works, it's built, I've got a couple of books on it, and I've been looking into earthen homes for the past, what year is it? 8 years, 9 years? No, yeah. No, cob houses are way different. I get the cob house thing. Those are fine. I'm talking about underground homes, and no, it's how they're built. You don't have to worry about them collapsing. Earthen homes, there are earthen homes that are over 1,000 years old. There are also adobe homes that are nearly 1,000 years old. But an earthen home can literally outlast 50 generations. Yeah, but the thing is, you can build them for $40. Let me finish my sentence. $40 per square foot. Is that what it is? Yeah. So you can build 1,000 square foot earthen home for about $40,000. Did I do that right? 40, 1,000, 40,000. Yeah. So it's possible. Obviously, there are situations where it boosts. It costs more to make it more elegant. You got wood floors, you got all these fancy things, and it'll cost more. But you can have a building that's mostly to code for around $40,000 for 1,000 square foot. And bigger costs more, obviously, but mitigation of the water and all that good stuff, it's fine. Earthen homes are excellent, and they are naturally fire resistant. They're naturally tornado resistant. They're naturally pest resistant. Believe it or not, even though that seems weird, they can be passive solar. What else? What else? What else? They can be, there was something else. Oh yeah, the Faraday cage thing. So they also can be a natural Faraday cage. So they naturally, because of how they're made, they will shield radiation. And then you can use, it costs more, but you can use the geothermal heating and air filtration, geothermal air filtration. The way that you can situate it could really be some like massively doomsday ready situation. And anyway, that is the situation. So what I'm saying I would be able to bring to the table, besides discernment and my skills as a problem solver, a strategic planner, I'm gonna just say problem solver like 15 times. I am a problem solver. You bring a problem to my table, I ask some questions, I come up with solutions. It is my gift. It is my gift. And I have lots of evidence of that. So there's that, and kimchi, right? Kimchi, right? Right? Kimchi, right? I'm just doing that because of Baldy Locks. But kimchi, guys, yeah, kefir. Dude, we could, and think about it. We could make our own beer. That could be a way to earn revenue. We could make our own kimchi. That's another way we could earn revenue. We could eat all these fermented things, kombucha, beer, and the thing is, I want to be able to do it in a way that we can sustainably do it, as in something that we don't have to purchase materials. Is there a way? And mead, obviously mead. We're gonna have hundreds and hundreds of gallons of honey, because honey and salt. We should buy a dump truck of salt, an entire dump truck, because salt and honey are two of the most valuable substances. Two of the most valuable substances in regards to a collapse situation. Salt and honey. And we can do mead, we can do beer. But what I need to know is there a way to continually make beer without buying new yeast? Like champagne yeast or brewer's yeast or any of that stuff. Is it possible to like kick new beer with old beer? I don't know the process. I've just started looking into it. But yeah, mead. I want to make some heavy mead. Like, why do you ride? I mean, I thought it was illegal for two motorcycles to be exactly next to each other, but they're doing it. Like, but why though? But why though, essay? I mean, just sit down. Like, it's okay, man. We ain't gonna judge you for sitting down, man. Just sit down. It's okay, man. No, man. I'm cool. I'm cool just standing here, man. Obviously, I can't do a Key and Peele impersonation the way that I wish I could, but I love Key and Peele. And Proud Gangsta. Proud Gangsta is one of their funniest. Their UFC fighter video is also hilarious. Does that say? I thought that said 17. I'm about to be like, say what? I'm in Florida, Pensacola. I don't like this state. It's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I'm in Pensacola. I think I just said that. Not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. However, and there's some good things about this city, such as not having any abortion clinics within like 60 miles. That's great. But it's Florida. The person in front of me has a license plate from the city I grew up in. And that always baffles me. Every city I've lived in, I've been in DC, I've been in Asheville, North Carolina, I've been in Statesville, I've been in Union Mills near Rutherfordton, North Carolina. I've been in Boone, North Carolina. I've been in Columbia, South Carolina. And every city I've ever lived in, Toccoa, Georgia, I always see Cobb County license plates, and I'm like, that's where I grew up. What's with these Cobb County people following me around? I don't get it. I thought you might be, Nate. I thought you might be. I used to live in Barium Springs, which is near Statesville. I know Western North Carolina like this side of my hand, because I know that side of my hand so well. Oh yeah, sing along. See you later. So anyway, let's see what's going on. What just happened? I got distracted by Cobb County. So I'm in Florida. Where? You need to help me know it. Statesville? Got you, man. Yeah, I'll hook you up with some coffee shops to go to. All right. Where would be the best? Well, here's the thing. Boone is actually Boone has Appalachian State, extremely liberal university. So that is not a good thing, right? However, strategically, from a topographical, anywhere in the Appalachian area is strategically an incredible spot to do what we want to do. So that includes Eastern Tennessee, but there's a lot of meth, a lot of meth in Eastern Tennessee. And I don't want to be near meth heads. Well, that's very judgmental of you. I mean, they need Jesus too. I get it. But just for this, it's like, why do you want to set up shop in Zombie Town? A bunch of zombies walking around. I just don't know. But then there's Asheville, and there's other like really lesser known cities in Western North Carolina that are totally like you could just hide from the world kind of places. Like you don't have to see another human ever kind of places. Murphy, North Carolina. I mean, there's some places. Yeah, you ugly piece of garbage. Am I here? Am I here? The time is ticking, but I'm not here. I need somebody to reply. We're back. Gosh. Oh, what garbage. Why are they doing this to me? All right, listen. Western North Carolina. Defensible. Okay, so this is what I was going to say. This is why no to Wyoming. This is why no to Montana. We need arable land. Arable land. That's extremely important. We need to be able to do, oh, and there's this thing, I've just completely blanked on it, but there's these things that they've been using in South America. You build, it's not a greenhouse, but it's like one. It's an underground greenhouse, and you can grow food all year long. All year. You do this like lean-to type greenhouse covering, and it's underground, and I'm completely drawing a blank on the name, but technically we could live anywhere and do those underground. They're underground greenhouses, and there's a fancy name for it. It sounds really old school or Aztec-y or something. I can't remember the name, but it's a weird foreign sounding word. No, it isn't. I've watched videos of people doing it. Yeah, Montana comment. I don't know. But I want arable land. Obviously, there's alternatives like what I'm talking about. You can do this underground. You can do this underground greenhouse thing that I'm not remembering the name of them. It either starts with an S or an A, I believe. It's okay. It's all good. I've got a book that talks about it and some saved articles and stuff like that. Yeah, right near you. But there's a lot of different reasons. One of the other reasons that, so topographically, Western North Carolina is ideal topographically. Climate-wise, I was going to say a different word there, but based on the climate, it's ideal. Based on the rainfall, it's ideal. Based on the interstate system and kind of its distance from main highways, it's not near I-95 or any of the other crazy. It's not near any crazy highways that you would get a lot of traffic from. It's out of the way. It's up a mountain. There's a lot going for it, and that means that you have to get in early. Wallapini. Yeah. That's it. Baldy Lux, you are the man. You always know what I'm talking about, Baldy. I appreciate that. That's how he earned that rent. You got to earn that wrench. And Baldy Lux, he earned that wrench by always knowing. I'm not gonna say the other word because it's weird. Yeah, Wallapini, if I'm saying that right. Yes, that's right. That's what's up. I did that at a talent show. You are my fire. Yep, and I can't sing at all, but I was part of that. It was at a summer camp, and yep, I just did it because peer pressure and stuff. But anyway, 2024, guys. Trump's more than likely going to be in the next 4 years. Maybe he won't. But even if he won't, whoever's in the next 4 years is going to have a lot of undoing to do anyway. They're not going to be able to cause mayhem right away. That's why I'm calling 2024 the danger year. And that's not like a prediction. I'm not trying to make a prediction. It's speculation based on logic, not some supernatural information. I'm not claiming that at all. I'm just saying good logic. I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be wrong. So, how do we make this happen? Well, it starts with research. It starts with how do we situate ourselves financially. I have, So, I have 1.5 acres in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's currently on the market because I'm in financial hard times. However, if I sell the land, I've talked about going on a boat and losing the money. I don't own any guns, but people keep on talking about how they have guns and then they're going to go on a boat and they're going to lose all their guns in a boating accident. And I'm thinking about losing all the money from the sale of my land in a boating accident. Starting my life over, and then it's an acre and a half though. You know, I'm not gonna be able to buy much of anything with the proceeds of that. But I could contribute, and I'm trying to situate myself as quickly as I can, giving myself a reputation at work. Yeah, I have 1.5 acres. That's all I've got. And so, and it's at the end of a neighborhood. It's got neighborhood restrictions and all that nonsense. It's not an option for doing what I want to do. I can't even build an earthen home because the neighborhood would try to sue me if I wanted to build a special like earthen home. It's the kind of neighborhood for some old, boring person that just wants to settle down in a nice neighborhood where all the homes are 300,000 plus. It's that kind of neighborhood. I wish I knew what was going on. I didn't realize they were all, okay, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. But anyway, I'm trying to sell that. If you know anybody in the area near Asheville that's in the market for land, and you can spread the word, then please do. I really do need to sell it because my circumstances are kind of ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, 20 acres would be good. And then we could always just expand. That's kind of the way it works. You can kind of take over an area, a neighborhood and stuff, if you do it right. And you can annoy your neighbors to the degree that they just want to sell. Anyway, fermentation, that's my skill. I've got other skills. I'm a counselor. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Put on the full armor of God every day. Thank you for all being here. I definitely need to turn this. I am so low on gasoline. Obviously, I'm home. And, yeah, I don't have much else to say about this. But I will bring the topic up again because I think it's an important topic. We had up to 13 people at one point. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Read the description if you're interested in supporting me in any way. That's obviously appreciated. I make $14 an hour and a single income family. So believe it or not, every little bit helps, actually. Yeah. And again, I want to talk about things that are valuable, things that will enrich your life and your future. So, hopefully I do that. Oh, it's all good. It's fine. It's fine. If you know of alternatives, I know there's such a thing as Venmo, and I don't know much about that. Yeah. If you think of some other things than PayPal that are good, just let me know. But Google Pay, Cash App. I've heard about Cash App. Obviously, I'd be most interested in something that's the least amount of fees. So that would be best. Something that has almost no fees at all. And there's, I mean, I have a Ripple address and a Bitcoin address, and I have those sorts of things too. Because I got into that when things were going crazy last year. That was an interesting decision. Back when I was making money. And I thought I could spare a couple of dollars towards that. And now it's just there. I don't know if it'll ever reach the value of what I put into it, but I'm just going to hold it. Hold it for a long time. It's called hodling. Hold on for dear life. It's meaningless. It's all meaningless. It's all meaningless. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. We're going to keep on with Baby Landlord. We're going to keep on adding sleuths. We're going to add sleuths, and we need help to shut down clinics. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it. Takes work, though. We got to work. Got to do our work. We got to work in the fields until Jesus comes back. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Working in the fields. Literally